Hi, and welcome to Yoga with Tim. Today's class, we're gonna do an advanced flow with arm balance variations. Now, this is a longer, stronger class, and it's brought to you by the Conscious Movement community. If you haven't checked out the Conscious Movement community yet, it's where I post all of my longer, stronger classes, advanced classes like this. I'm gonna put the link below, so if at the end you feel like you'd like to do classes more like this on a weekly basis, that's where I post those classes. If at the end you're like, that was too much for me, I'm gonna put a link to a shorter version of this class and you can try that. So let's get started with a little bit of pranayama to bring awareness to the Manipura chakra. Bring your hands to your rib cage. And this area right here, where the solar plexus is, the Manipura chakra, this is our source of vital energy. It's the sun center. It brings heat and life force energy through our body. So we're gonna do a little breath technique to help to bring awareness there. So as you exhale, as you close your eyes, you're gonna feel a drawing into that center and the front ribs releasing in and down. And then as you breathe in, instead of just the front lifting and spreading, I want you to visualize like an orb there and a dynamic expansion from there through your limbs, through your spine, and a lifting and spreading of your back ribs. And as you exhale, feel it draw back in and down to that center. And I would like you to stay focused and connected to the center throughout the class. Let's come into child's pose and continue to focus there. Come up onto your hands and your knees. Place your hands right under your shoulders and your knees right underneath your hips. Inhale into extension, cat-cow. Exhale into flexion. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale into extension. Exhale into flexion. Now keep the reach of your shoulder blades here towards your hands. And then inhale into a neutral spine. Lift your knees an inch up off the mat. And see if you can maintain this on the exhalation, right at the center and bottom rib cage. Feel that it draws in away from the ground. Keep the spine long, sit bones reaching back, head forward. And as you inhale, again, notice the horizontal expansion like we did in the seated meditation. Then lift up into your first downward facing dog. Try not to fall off the table. Then one handprint at a time, walk your hands back to the back of the mat. Fold forward there with a soft bend in your knees. If your hamstrings and back body are tighter, put a bigger bend in your knees like I'm showing, and fold. Then roll yourself up to stand. Bring your palms together, and with your eyes closed, take a slow breath in. and let it out. Bring your arms down at your side. Inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Walk your hands out, one handprint at a time. From downward facing dog, press your left big toe mound, raise your right leg up. As you exhale, bring your knee to your chest. Inhale, stretch back up. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, knee to chest, pull up, lift. Squeeze your heel up to your butt, and then step your foot up by your thumb. Drop your back knee down as you inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale, arms into cactus. And then bring the forearms into each other as you squeeze in, look down, feel your upper back open. And then as you inhale, press your forearms back, open up your chest, start to tip your chin up. Exhale, pull in, look down. Inhale, open up, tip the chin up. Raise your arms back up. Bring your left hand down to the mat, twist, take your right arm up, lift your back knee. Bring your right hand down and step back into a plank position. Connect your rib cage to your pelvis and elongate your spine. Hold here or challenge your plank. Lean your weight into your right hand and bring your left hand to your chest, ribs. Change, left hand down, right hand to your chest. Both hands down, stretch into downward dog. Press down through your right big toe mound as you raise your left leg up. Exhale, knee to chest, pull up. Inhale, stretch back up. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, knee to chest, pull up. Lift your hip up a little higher and step your foot up by your thumb. Drop your back knee down. Inhale, come up, raise the arms. Exhale, pull into cactus. Now bring your knuckles to your temples as you exhale, draw your elbows in. Inhale, open up. Exhale, draw in. Inhale, open up. Stretch your arms back up. Bring your right hand down. Lift your back knee up. Bring your left hand down. Step in a plank position. Hold in your plank or lean into your left hand, right hand to your chest. Change, lean into your right hand. Squeeze the buttock towards your heels, left hand to your chest. Both hands down. Glide back into down dog. Then one hand per at a time, walk your hands back to your feet. Inhale into a flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, Samasthiti. Inhale, raise your arms. Now with your right hand, take a hold of your left wrist and side bend to the right. Come back up and change sides. Take a hold of your right wrist and reach over. Come back up, spread your arms and fold. Inhale, flat back. One hand at a time. Start with the other hand, the more awkward hand. Walk out. Come into plank position. Then pull your right knee up to your chest. And as you inhale, control your knee down. Exhale, strong core, pull up. Inhale, lower your knee. Exhale, push the floor down and pull up. Last one, inhale, lower. Exhale, pull up. Step your foot up to your thumb. And as you ground your heel, hug your hip in and under you. Inhale, come up into crescent. Then spread your arms and twist to your right. Then from your twist, come forward, hands to prayer. Lean out over your knee. And as you exhale, connect to your power center. So instead of flaring the ribs out, as you exhale, send all the air out and feel your core engaged. All four sides of your waist hug in and down. Then maintaining that, not letting your front drop towards your knee, internally rotate your arms and reach them back so that your thumbs point in towards each other. And as you hold in this position, feel the backs of the arms turn on, backs of your shoulders here, front of the shoulders stretch. You're loading your right leg, getting strong in the leg there. Now externally rotate your arms and reach out to the side. So turn the thumbs to point up. Core muscles being strengthened, paraspinals. Now see if you can lift the hands up one more inch to feel the rear delt. Then reach the arms forward into a V position. Lift one more inch. Stretch the arms back out to the side. Internally rotate, reach the arms back, lift up. And then from here, we're gonna step up into one-legged mountain. You ready for this one? Lean into your right leg, lift your left leg up, raise your arms up. If you have the hamstring flexibility to, stretch your leg towards straight. If not, keep the knee bent. Then bend the right leg and cross the left leg up and over your right. Cross the left elbow under. Uncross your arms, hands to prayer, tip into Vira 3. Step back to crescent lunge, arms up. Last part here, hands to prayer, lean out over your knee and twist. If your front leg and hip are starting to fatigue, you can just drop the back knee down. Otherwise, keep the back leg lifted and feel the burn for the last few breaths. So this would be a more advanced standing balancing sequence because we linked a bunch of poses together, which requires quite a bit of stamina in those muscles. And I wouldn't expect a beginner or intermediate student to be able to do them with good form. The form would probably start to fall apart halfway through. Bring your hands down, step back, plank position. Stretch back into downward facing dog. Let's do all that stuff on the other side. Are you ready? Gotta do those knee things. Oh man, bring the left knee up to the chest. Round your back, spread your shoulder blades, push the floor down, hollow out. Inhale, lower slow. Exhale, pull back up. Inhale, lower slow. Exhale, pull up. Last one, lower. And lift. Step your foot up by your thumb. As you ground that heel, inhale, come up. And twist. Come back to center, hands to prayer position. Lean out over your knee. Feel the weight in the center of the heel, the big toe mound and little toe mound. Reach your arms back. Turn the thumbs towards each other as you push back. Imagine you had resistance bands and you're pressing them back and up. Then turn your palms out, thumbs up as you reach the arms forward. Now imagine those resistance bands are anchored to the floor and you're lifting them away from the floor. Then forward, same idea, lift. Back out to the side, lift. Give me a good exhalation to make sure that your ribs aren't hanging onto your thigh. Then internally rotate the arms, reach back. And from here, we're gonna step up into the one-legged mountain. Lift your back leg up. Raise your arms up. Hold there or stretch the leg straight. Then bend the left knee and wrap the right leg up and over. Cross the right elbow under. Now, if you need to tap that foot down and take a break in between, you're welcome to. Otherwise, more advanced students can uncross the leg and go back into Warrior 3. Back into Warrior 1. Crescent. Just want to make sure you're paying attention. Bring hands to prayer and lean out over your knee for a twist. If your leg is starting to fatigue so much that your form is suffering, just drop your back knee down. But if you can stay connected to your calm breath and maintain the integrity of the pose, you're welcome to continue challenging yourself with the back leg up. Bring your hands down to the mat, step into plank position. Now this time we're going to try one-legged plank. So give me a good exhalation to deflate the front ribs into their neutral position, and then raise your back leg up as you lengthen. Right leg. Change. Raise the left leg, point the toe, stretch back. Change with the right leg. Then with the left. Now roll to the outside edge of your right foot and raise your left arm up. Vashisthasana, side plank. Externally rotate your left arm, reach overhead, and then lift your hip up. Take your arm up, internally rotate it, and slide your hand behind your back as you look down. Take your arm back up, reach up, look up, stretch overhead, and come back into plank position. Let's do it on the other side. Turn to the outside of your left foot. Take your right arm up. Externally rotate, reach and lift your hip up. Bring your hand behind your back, internally rotate, and look down. Take your arm back up, look up, reach overhead, squeeze your glutes to your heels, come back to plank position, and stretch back into down dog. From down dog, raise your right leg up behind you without the hips opening to the right. See if you can keep the hips closed and lift from the inner thigh bone. Pull your knee up to your chest, step your foot up to your thumb. Set up your back foot for warrior one and turn your left big toe to the front left corner of your mat. Then as you inhale, come on up, raise the arms. Then straighten your right leg, step your back foot an inch or two closer, and bring your hands behind your back into reverse prayer. Or if you can't do the reverse prayer, just press your knuckles together. And fold forward out over your right leg. And as you go to fold over this leg, can you anchor your inner foot and keep the leg tall, the thigh bone drawing up and back. If your back body and your hamstrings are really tight, I actually recommend starting off this pose with a little bend in the front knee. It'll help the pelvis to tip. Then interlock your hands and reach your knuckles up and over. But if you're in the tight shoulders club, you might need to have a strap. That's, yes. Can have the, okay, then you get the rewards for tight shoulders club, perhaps even making your way to the gold member status. Full lounge access, of course. Press down through your feet. Inhale, come up. Right hand on your hip, raise your left arm. Reach to your back heel and your fingertips, twist and put your hand down. Place the hand on the block floor or whatever you need to elongate the spine. Reconnect your inner foot. Draw your right hip crease up and back. On your exhalation, deflate the front rib cage back into position. Humble the pose a bit, and then deep from your core, expand through all directions. Dynamic expansion. Look down and slide your hand a foot in front on the inside and raise your back leg up. Bring your right hand down, standing splits. Raise the back leg. Lower your left leg next to your right. Feet hip socket distance. Hook your big toes and then fold forward. My standing splits, it looks more like a warrior three. A little sad. But that's all right. No judgments here. Now we're gonna get a little tricky, so see how this goes. Shift your weight into your left foot, left hand to your hip. Can you hold your right big toe and then come up to stand? Oh, it's like some Mr. Miyagi stuff. And then maybe standing up tall, you could stretch your right leg towards straight, I don't know. Keep your hip back over your ankle and still stand tall. If you have to go with the bent knee, that's fine too. Now change hands and twist, either with your bent knee or take your straight leg big toe. Come back to center, stretch your arms up. Lower your right leg next to your left. Bring hands to prayer, sit into chair. Twist to your right. Now you can hang out here for 5 breaths, or my crow pose people, you're going to do a quarter turn to your left, squat down to your heels, and then twist and hook your knee up close by your armpit. Once you have that, so you have to be able to get deep into your squat, deep into your twist, first to the mobility, then you'll lean into your hands with your hands shoulder distance apart. Pivot the heels up, and then see if you can lean and balance. If that's going really well, you could try stretching the legs out. If that's going well, you can jump back. And then go back to downward facing dog. Raise your left leg up behind you. From the inner thigh, keep the hips level. Shift to plank, step your foot up. Turn your back heel down and turn your right toes to the front right corner of your mat. As you inhale, come up, raise your arms. Then bring hands behind your back. Straighten your left leg as you step a little closer. And fold forward over your left leg. Then interlock your hands and reach your knuckles up and over, or use the strap. Press down into your feet. Inhale, come up. Left hand on your hip, raise your right arm. Stretch through your back leg as you reach past your fingers. Take all that length, reach, twist, and put your hand down. Left arm up. Then look down, slide your hand a foot in front of your foot, and raise your back leg. Come into the standing splits. Then lower your leg down, slide your hands under your feet, and fold forward. Then release your hands out from underneath your feet. Roll yourself up to stand. Oh wait, no, we did the big toe thing. Hook the big toes. Left hand on the big toe, right hand to your hip. Mr. Miyagi, lean into the right foot and come up to stand. Then see if you can stretch the legs straight out. Change sides. come back to center, raise your arms up. Lower your left leg next to your right. Sit into chair and twist to your left. Hold there, or practice the side crow with the quarter turn to the right, heels up, twist to the armpit, and then lean into your chaturanga arms. Now ideally, your left hip isn't going to sit onto your left elbow. Then make your way back to downward facing dog. Shift to plank pose. Set your elbows down and roll to the outside edge of your left foot. Take your right arm up. Change sides. Lower the right elbow down. Lift the left. Both elbows down. Walk into down dog on your forearms. You can hold here for 5 breaths or go into your headstand, handstand, forearm balance over the next minute. Or as you hold here, you can challenge yourself more, raise your right leg up. Change legs. Lower that leg and walk into plank on your forearms. Slowly lower your hips down as you come into Sphinx pose. Hold in your Sphinx or bend your right knee and reach back with your hand for your foot. Change sides. And if it feels like it's a lot of compression on your lower back, you'll notice instead of staying high up in Sphinx, I lowered myself down more. You can even lower your chest all the way to the ground if you're still feeling compression there. Reach your buttock down out of your lower back as you elongate. Then lower both legs, clasp your hands behind your back, or use the strap and lift yourself up. Locust pose. Then roll into upward facing dog. Lower back down onto your chaturanga position. Then down onto your belly. Bend both knees and see if you can reach back for your feet. hold there in the low position, stretching, or start to reach the legs up and back. Stretch your legs back. Upward facing dog, round 2. Downward dog, stretch back. Raise your right leg up. And then bring your right knee up for single leg pigeon. Now, if you're not so much of a pigeon person, then you can do like lie on your back and do ankle to knee pose or some other type of hip opener for this portion. But if you find yourself enjoying a good pigeon from time to time, then you can hang out here with me. You can stay upright or walk low or down onto your elbows or lay flat or do some other weird stuff. Whatever your thing is. Stretch back into down dog and change sides. Then sit over onto your left hip. Bring your right leg around and take your legs wide apart for Upavista Konasana. Now, my legs are gonna go off the table if I try to go for a real Upavista. So take your legs to a 90-degree angle if you have the room, if you're not on a picnic table. Sit up tall. And then bring your left heel in towards your pubic bone. Turn to face your left knee and smooth your thigh down and away from you. Then reach along your right inner leg towards your foot and slide your left arm up and over. If you're a real deep side bender, you might be able to reach over and catch your foot. If not, you can slide your hand behind your head and hold there for a few breaths. Come back up, change sides. Come back up and then bring your left ankle to hook right onto your right ankle there, so the heels are stacked, and turn your palms up. Join the tip of your thumb and your index finger. Now we're gonna try a breath technique called Kapalabhati. So we're focusing on the solar plexus today, and we're gonna do a technique specifically for this area, the Manipura chakra. And with this breath technique, you're going to do exhalations through your nose every second. If you're more advanced, you can do it every half of a second, so 2 exhalations per second. I recommend we just start with the 1 second. Now, as you're doing this, you want to keep your body upright and your face totally calm. Even your nostrils, instead of tensing your face and your nostrils to push the air out, I want you to keep the nostrils wide and relaxed. Okay, let's give this a shot. Sit up tall with the face relaxed, close your eyes. And we're going to do exhalations through the nose, pushing out every second, like this. Then relax. Notice the feeling in your skull, especially. You might feel light, cleansed. You might even feel a sense of power radiating from your center. Whatever sensations you're feeling, just notice. Then bring your palms together. Namaste. So I'm going to encourage you now, if you have the time to, lie down for 5 minutes in Shavasana and relax completely. Thanks so much for joining me for this class. If you want to join me for future classes, hit the subscribe button and turn on your notification bell so that when I post a video, you'll know that I do. Also, hit the like button if you enjoyed this class. I hope you did. That way it will let YouTube know that you like the class. And it'll recommend it for other people who you think might benefit. So if you're like, oh yeah, this class will probably, I was the type of person who liked this, maybe other people like this too. It'll let those people know. And also leave a comment below and let me know if you liked the variety of poses today, the stuff that we did, and maybe other things you'd like me to see me do in the future. Last thing, if you haven't joined the conscious movement community yet, I'm gonna strongly recommend that you do that. The link will be below. You can see it written down here. I'll also put it in the description. It's where I have my course that will help you to advance from whatever level you're at. And then in addition to that, I have a bunch of other courses, 8 other courses focused on things like arm balancing or identifying and increasing your depth of awareness of the chakras, all kinds of yoga stuff on there. So check that out if you haven't already. Also, last thing, I post an exclusive weekly video just for the members of the Conscious Movement community. So you get all that stuff. Thanks again for joining me, and I hope to see you next time. Have a great day.